Hello, my fellow citizens of the 7th universe. My name is Battleator, if you wish to be that specific, and I feel as though maybe I should give off my 2 cents about this new Dragon Ball game that is currently coming out. For people who have, been living under a rock, or, maybe we're just, really busy during the weekend, a new Dragon Ball game was announced that was going to be coming out early next year, and a beta coming out during the end of the summer, I believe. And that is Dragon Ball FighterZ, with the Z at the end there. I don't know if it's FighterZ or FighterZ. I'm gonna say FighterZ because it sounds cooler and sounds more like Dragon Ball Z to it. But for people who do not know, this game is going to be pretty much your kind of like a Street Fighter Tekken based combat game, where it's 2 characters mostly fighting simultaneously on a 2D platform, and you do a bunch of combos and that sort of stuff, and that's how you do it. It's completely different than, say, definitely Xenoverse, or different than Raging Blast, where Raging Blast was just kind of a button mash type thing. This game seems like it's actually going to be kind of like actually some skill involved, which makes me kind of scared because I am not going to do very well when it comes to those types of games. But I was looking at some of the gameplay, because there's a lot of gameplay that's released onto YouTube now. You could definitely look it up and be like, hey, let me see some Dragon Ball FighterZ gameplay of it. And you see, there's actually one that I saw. It was a bunch of Japanese guys playing it, and they were like a 15-minute video, and they were basically trying out all the characters and seeing what could do in the game and things like that. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what they're saying, because obviously I don't speak fluent Japanese, and there's no English subtitles, so I don't know what they're saying. But they all seem to be having a very, very good time playing the game. There seems to be a pretty decent skill ceiling to this game as well. It's not going to be your typical, button mash like Xenoverse or Raging Blast, like I said previously. There's going to be some skill involved. It looked like, from what I saw, is that there's going to be, certain button combinations to do a certain move. In order to do, your main, if you're playing Vegeta, your main Final Flash, you're going to have to do some, probably not absurd, but at least somewhat decent button combination in order to get the Final Flash through. It didn't seem like it was that crazy, where you have to be left diagonal down right to do a bunch of buttons simultaneously in order to get a singular move out. But you can combo into the different different moves, which I saw in that video as well. There's a lot of different combos you could do with everybody and things like that, which I thought was really interesting, because well, Xenoverse sort of had that feel to it. Raging Blast, maybe I was absolutely garbage at it, but you couldn't do it as fluently. But this one, you could link moves, the moves, and you just keep it going. I wonder if during this, there's going to be, people are going to figure out, just kind of like Street Fighter, if you get so good at the game, you literally can't you can get into a combo, which basically, you can't even let your opponent hit the ground, and they just can't do anything about it. I wonder if there's going to be something like that implemented into the game, so there's going to be a kind of an e-sporty feel to it, but we'll have to see on that. Looking at all the gameplay, looking at all the pictures, obviously this thing looks beautiful. This thing looks beautiful. I absolutely am in love with the game style. I even have a picture of it right now as my wallpaper, because I was like, ooh, that looks pretty. That looks super pretty. I was seeing a bunch of people on Twitter in the comments saying how this game doesn't even look anywhere good towards Xenoverse games or the previous games. But I don't know if you can compare the two, because they're completely different art styles. I mean, I could understand if you comparing Call of Duty to Battlefield, and you're oh, which one has the best graphics or whatever. But these two games are completely different, from Xenoverse to FighterZ. There's no, you can't compare the two. I mean, obviously there's gonna be comparisons to be what's the best Dragon Ball game ever created, blah blah blah. Currently that's still sitting at Xenoverse 2, in my opinion. You can fight that. You can fight that anyways. You can say it's Budokai Tenkaichi 3. I didn't play enough of that to say it was my favorite, but I don't know why people are fighting about it. Still, it's completely different games, completely different art styles, made by completely different people. Just love it. Love the fact that we've got a new Dragon Ball game that's completely different than the past iterations of Dragon Ball games that we've had. So, the past 3 Dragon Ball games on main console, I'm not talking well, actually, fine, I'll do the top 5, because I'll count the 3DS titles, they were Battle of Z, Xenoverse 1, Extreme Budoten, Xenoverse 2, and then Fusions, which all are really, really good games. I even enjoyed the crap out of Battle of Z, even though people said that it was, like, really, like, it was, like god tier terrible, but I was like, this game is freaking awesome. I loved it. But it's completely different than actually, take it back. It's not completely different in everything. It's very, like, Extreme Budoten, which is, for people who don't know, on 3DS, is a game very similar style to, FighterZ, where it's 2 people on the screen fighting it out, and you've got 2 supports, which you can simultaneously rotate out, and, you do, like, a 3v3 battle that way. But mostly you're controlling 2 people on the screen, like a 1v1, where, like, with like, your supports and, like, switching, that sort of stuff. So, it's very, like, Extreme Budoten, but it's made by completely different people. Obviously, since that they're not limited to the 3DS hardware, it's gonna be really, really nice. Like, there's gonna be, like, 4K, 60 FPS type stuff going on here. Because it's gonna be released on the current consoles as well as PC, which I'm gonna be getting it on probably PS4 and PC, because, I mean, why not? Makes me wonder, too, what is actually going to be going on when it comes to mods on this game. Because, obviously, on my channel here, we do a lot of stuff with mods. I don't know, there's, like, very little games that we don't do stuff with mods. And Xenoverse 2 being such a humongous modding community and such a huge success when it comes to modding, and people are just spamming out mods and they just look so freaking amazing. I wonder if there's going to be, what kind of mods are actually going to be in this game. I don't know, like, it's probably going to just be retextures. I don't expect that the modding community is going to be able to get, like, completely different characters, unless they're reskins. And, like, say, like, oh, this one's Zycor, but he's just basically, like, a colored Goku, that sort of stuff. I don't think there's gonna be, like, any, like, new moves, which, I mean, Xenoverse 2 modding community, there's really, like, no new moves. It's just colors of the moves that are out. But, obviously, but in Xenoverse 2, there are different models that you can use. And actually, the modding community has gotten so good that there's, like, custom animations for anything. I don't think it's going to be like that in in FighterZ, because it's just, like, maybe it's just a different art style, and I feel as though it's more like drawings fighting than, like, actual, like models. It feels like drawings are fighting together, which is why I freaking think it's gonna be amazing. But I wonder how the modding community is gonna be on this. I know there is going to be a modding community on this. Like, there's no way there's not gonna be a mod. But I wonder, like, how far the mods are gonna take this. But yeah, so anything else that I wanted to say compared to this game? Basically, I believe that this game's gonna be pretty good. I don't know if it's going to be the best Dragon Ball game that's ever been created, but I believe as though it's going to be pretty good. It's going to be up there. It's going to be really, really fun. I don't know, like, I'm probably going to play it, and people are going to say, Pat, you were, like, the worst player ever, because I'm terrible at these type of fighting games, as people know. If it's not a first-person shooter, I'm not good at it, but I'm gonna play the crap out of this game when it comes out. Oh, one last thing that I wanted to touch on. The people who are making this game, I didn't, like, deep too much into it, but they used to make BlazBlue type games, as well, which BlazBlue, I have respect for the series, but at the same, I don't know if it's made by the same people, but BlazBlue and I don't have a very good relationship, because I did a little bit, like, this is talking like over 2 years ago, but I did a little series on my channel with BlazBlue Chrono Phantasm on my I think it was Xbox One that I recorded, and I posted a few videos on my channel. Didn't really do that well or anything, but those people actually striked me, took my videos down, and said, don't ever post our content ever. That's what they told me. So I don't know how this one's gonna play out. I'm assuming it's a completely different studio, because it looks different than the ones that, like, the game looks a lot different than Chrono Phantasm, but I'm still kind of scared, because I wonder if, like, they're gonna be good to our YouTube community. I mean, it's published by Bandai Namco, so I'm assuming that it's gonna be really, really YouTube community friendly. But at the same time, I'm still kind of, like, worrying in the back of my mind. I'm like, the BlazBlue people didn't really like me in the past. I don't know if it's just the BlazBlue icon, or if it was like the game company, or it was the publisher, but somebody in the BlazBlue community doesn't like me. They didn't like the fact that I posted their game online, so I have to see exactly what's going to be happening. But I think we'll be pretty much all set with that. So let me know in the comments below what you think this game is going to be like. I think it's going to be absolutely fun as heck. It's going to be silly. There's going to be tons of different types of videos that I'm going to want to do, especially be like if there's like a Cyberman and be like a Cyberman versus the world, or a Krillin versus the world type of stuff. There's a lot of potential in these types of games. And I'm really excited to see like what actually comes out. The beta is going to come out. Obviously, I'm going to touch on it when the beta actually does come out. I'm going to see if I'm actually going to go ahead and like check with Bombdie and be like, hey, can I get some like closed beta stuff going on so I can show people on PC? Because there's going to be people on PS4 showing off all this stuff, but there's not a lot of PC people out there. So I'm going to see if the PC port is really, really good, or it's like it's consoles being reduced on PC because it's living up to the console's expectations. But we'll have to see on that. So let me know in the comments below what you think. I'm probably going to do like 1 or 2 more videos on this game. I don't want to milk it like every other DBZ YouTuber out there. But I'm just going to go ahead and say that this game is probably going to be pretty good. So maybe a few more videos.